Guys, I'm so excited for you guys to go along with us on this tour. We went to Memphis, we went hunting. I may or may not have spent my entire mortgage budget, but I did learn about Rare Character, Old Dominick Cask, Burning Chair, Jeptha Creek, and several others. Follow through, check out the chapters, see what we found. It's gonna be a cool hunt. So we're in Memphis, Tennessee. We came over to go to Old Dominick Distillery. I'm gonna do a little hunting while we're out. So we're at Quench Wine and Spirits. We'll go in and check them out. All right, so we're in Quench Wine and Spirits. As we walk in, they got that Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye, which I'm looking for in a hazmat version. I have a 134, if I can find it, and that's a 133. Don't have that one, 130 proof, $79. So that's not bad on price. Again, we're in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys tell me about these. I don't know about those. I keep seeing them. I love rye. I like Jack Daniel's. $29.99 is the price on that one. And then the bonded and the triple mash. There again, I don't know anything about those. $44.99. Got the single barrel rye there. George, you seeing anything? They got the Kentucky Straight Rye New Riff. I hadn't had that one, George. $49.99. That's a good price on that one. Got the Blue Notes, which I'm still torn on Blue Note. I had a good bottle, and for some reason I felt like it changed on me up towards the end. The Booker's is $142.99. Here's some more of that Huling Station that we had yesterday. It's $45. MGP juice, 9-year. I thought it was pretty good. I might need to take my bag off. We knocked the bottle over. Thank you, sir. Now here, let's see. It's more of that Jack Daniel's, Gentleman's Jack. It's a barrel proof Elijah Craig. $94 for that barrel proof. So it's 119 proof. It's A124. So that's that first batch from this year. Non-chill filtered. I'll have to think on that one. I'll look that up and see. Back to the Basil Hayden, we talked about that. I'm not a huge fan, but this dark rye, I really like the dark rye. It's a low proofer, smooth drink. It doesn't drink like rye at all. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. I haven't had all of these, so I don't know. I've just had the straight whiskey. Not a thing wrong with it. It just wasn't for me. Again, on the single barrel, y'all let me know on those. I love the Jack Daniel's single barrel stuff. I haven't had the rye. I have had the select, and I've had the barrel proof. Both delicious. So up here we've got the Michter's small batch, single barrel, and the small batch bourbon. So American whiskey, rye. All good prices on those, I feel like. Angel's Envy Rye, that's $99. That's a typical price on that one. It was forever. Like, it's a staple for me, right? But right now I'm a Michter's rye guy. And barrel strength rye from Michter's, and the toasted barrel strength, which is a little harder to get, my favorite. But that straight rye, Jeff has that. We reviewed it. It's absolutely delicious. And for $63, it should be on your bar. So Elijah Craig small batch. So I don't have it. I need it. And at $44, I'm going to grab that because that is one that I want to put on the bar. It's one that people that don't drink whiskey much, I think this is a good starter for them. 94 proof. So we'll grab this one. Chattanooga whiskey. So we've got some of their stuff. I don't have this cask. I don't know much about that, but the Chattanooga whiskey is really good. This Old Charter, Heather, is what I was telling you, Buffalo Trace product. I think you tried it over at George's. I was telling you, I picked up banana on it. It's really smooth, low proof. Yeah, so it's 80 proof, but it's just it's a smooth drinking whiskey, probably a daily sipper. And I mean, you're looking at $28 a bottle, and you may can find it a little better than that, but that's typical. On the Woodford Reserve, I'm looking for the Masters is it the Master's Collection batch proof is what I'm looking for on that. So we'll be looking for that. I think it's like 120 something proof. We'll be looking for that. Let's see what else they've got. You know, so I've had the midnight snack from Elvis. Peanut butter, banana, very sweet, like a dessert whiskey. If you're into that sort of thing, flavored whiskeys, it was good, but it's not really my thing. Now, I've not had their whiskey or their rye. I'm assuming that's an MGP juice. I don't know who distills that, so Elvis Presley had his long, so that's his history. So it says Elvis Presley has long been held as undisputed king of rock and roll, beginning in 1954. His music, his style, and his scandalous dance moves took the country by storm, continued to reign for decades, influencing many of the artists, including the Beatles. Nothing affected me until I heard Elvis. Without Elvis, there would be no Beatles. John Lennon. Trademarks. Bottled by Elvis, distilled in Tennessee. So it's not an MGP juice, but it is a sourced product out of Tennessee. And I think we could probably pick a handful of spots that might would be from. Over here, I saw some Old Dominick stuff. It's Heaven's Door. I haven't had that. This is double barreled. I'm liking double barrel, double oak stuff right now. You guys let me know about that one. Huling Station. We had that yesterday. 9-year product, MGP juice. I thought it was good. It's unique. It was good. The Old Dominick bourbon whiskey was pretty good, but depending on how he added it in the mash bill and everything else, this particular bottle that you see on the shelves today is bourbon whiskey, but it's in memory of that toddy. They also distill gin. They also distill gin and vodka there. We had the vodka. It's typical. There's nothing wrong with it. We still like the Buffalo Trace Century a little better. While we're here, so Noah's Mill is another one that we had over at George's. He keeps a bottle on his bar. Very easy drinker. I'd say for beginners, this is something that you might want to introduce them to. This Rowan's Creek, so I bought that and just kind of memorizing Rowan, our youngest daughter, and I just thought it was spelled the same way, pretty cool. But I don't know about the juice. I'm hearing mixed reviews, so I'd love to hear from you guys on whether that's any good. So the Willet Purple Tops obviously are allocated and harder to get. I've not had this rye, but I can imagine it's pretty good. The Willet Stills, I've got one of those. I bought it because I thought the bottle was cool. I'm hearing mixed reviews on the juice, so I haven't opened it yet. Finished up with the first stop, Quench in Memphis. We picked up the Elijah Craig small batch. I didn't have that. That's one that I like to keep on the bar, but we'll go forward, see if we can find some other places. But still hanging out in Memphis, stopping by Tip Top Liquors and Wines. Guys, if y'all know of any places in Memphis that we need to shop, let us know, because we're just scrounging the list. But we're gonna go in and see what they got. All right, so Tip Top, let's see what they got. Woodford Reserve, still not seeing that Masters that I want. Uncle Nearest Rye. This Russell 10-year, don't sleep on that. That's one that I would keep on the bar. $42. I'm not sure what MSRP is on that, but this Russell Single Barrel Reserve, haven't had that one. We may grab that one. 69. I'm gonna check MSRP on it, and then I'll let y'all know what I do. Wild Turkey 101, that's definitely one to keep on the bar. Cheap one. Here's some of those bonded Jack Daniels. Again, I need somebody to tell me, are those good? Are they worth it? I've got them for $49. Bottled in bond. I just don't know about it. Then they've got the regular bonded. These Jack Daniels Single Barrel Selects, they're good. That's a good pour. Benchmark all day long. That's one I'd keep on the bar. Evan Williams. There's a good old Everclear. Oh, yeah, that's good. What is the price on it? They're usually about 18. Yeah, that's a good price on that Evan Williams.
I heard it's the best thing for that money.
I like it. For the money. So we just wrapped up in Tip Top. Didn't see anything that we needed to have for sure, but he definitely has fair pricing on the stuff that he has in there. So we saw Buffalo Trace for $31. That's not crazy high. The Evan Williams was $18.99, so that was a decent price, and some of the other ones y'all saw. So I'd definitely check them out if you're in the area for sure. But just didn't have any of the stuff that we were looking for. So we'll move on to the next one. All right, another stop here. Memphis, Joe's Wine. You can't miss this one, guys. That's one of the most unique signs you've ever seen. Not getting warm and fuzzy, but let's go in and see what they've got. All right. There's some RY3 up there.
How are you, buddy? I don't have pints of beef here. I do have Tanqueray.
So it's the RY3 rye whiskey, 117. There's some smoke wagon, bro. So George, they're gonna have your Pursuit here. That's the rye, but they're gonna have the double oak. That's it, right? No, it's a white label. What were you just showing me, brother? 189. Wow. So we bought our Jacob's Pardon and we paid a little bit more than that for it. That is a hot one. 143 proof. MGP juice, 18 years. It's actually really good. All right, so we've got the Green River Bourbon. We got the full proof. There's a full proof if you want it, George. 52. I paid more than that for it. No, I paid 49 for it. The Michter Straight Rye for 54. There's some Wild Turkey 101, $27.99 and 24 for the regular bourbon. So that Rabbit Hole, the High Gold, I've had that, the blue label. That one's pretty good. I'm not sure on the price of that one, so I can't tell you if that's a good price. Here's some of your Starlight. More of the Elijah Craig. Man, I was really tempted to buy this. So that's the 175 of it. I just think it's a cool looking bottle and it's something that'll definitely get drank. There's some more of your Smoke Wagon stuff. Got one of those coming from Texas, but he's bringing back for me. I'm also interested in the Woodford Double Oak. We got some more Evan Williams bottled in bond, $18.99, same price, George. So another easy sipper is going to be this Michter Sour Mash. So it's 86 proof. You can see it right there. Has great flavor. All Michter stuff, in my opinion, has great flavor. But that is a good one for a beginner. Also a good one for a warm-up. Start the night out. Here's some of your Bardstown stuff. So when you see Bardstown Origin Series like this is Bardstown's juice. Origin Series here. That's their juice. You see these others like the Discoveries? That's MGP juice. Or sourced. I'm sorry. It's sourced from multiple sources. And it's delicious. All of it. So those prices on these two, really fair prices. I need to look the price up on that one. Heather, you don't remember what we paid for that in Bardstown, do you?
It's expensive.
I remember it being high. There's a Heaven Hill bottled in bond. That's another solid one to keep on the bar. $51.99 is a fair price. $45, $50, you're doing well for that. They've got the Penelopes there. Now, I've not had any of the Thomas More stuff, so I'm gonna let you guys tell me about Thomas More. Here's some Old Granddad for $36. Usually getting that in the 20s, 25. But rumor is that Old Granddad's going away, so So if you guys run across that, grab it. It's a delicious drink. It is a little warm. It is rye based. It's just a really good, like, flavorful pour that has complexity to it that would blow you away. So that's Jim Beam's juice, and I've heard some rumors about them rebranding that. Nice, absolutely. So Benchmark top floor. So you guys already know I'm heavy on Benchmark products, and this one we'll take home with us just because, I mean, it's the same mash bill as your Buffalo Traces, your Eagle Rares, your George T Stags. It's just in a different part of the rick house and a lighter, like aged less time, usually 4 years. But the pour is phenomenal. The price is great, and I'll definitely pick that one up. Thanks for sharing that one. What other Benchmarks do you have?
Right around on this side. I've got the single barrel, I've got the small batch, I got the bond.
Okay, so I bought
also
this.
have the Fireball in a Willet bottle that was aged in E.H. Taylor barrels.
Didn't you buy that one, George?
Are they all the same, all those? I have one of those.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be interested in trying that one because I keep hearing about it. I'm not a Fireball fan per se. Have you had that one?
I haven't had that one now.
I can only imagine it being similar, and that's a good price on the Eagle Rare right there for $37.99. You guys check them out. There's a Blanton's for $79. You're not gonna see that often, guys. I'm not crazy about Blanton's juice. That Evan Williams right there, 2015. Those are becoming harder to find, and I haven't had it yet. I have it at home. I haven't had it. So they've got Weller, the big Weller.
I think I throw $50.
So this is the handle of Weller Special Reserve, and this is one at MSRP $50 for this big 175. That's one to keep on the bar. I mean, it's a decent sipper, not worth secondary pricing in my opinion, but just to have one for mixing drinks, definitely that's one to have. I'm pretty excited with this place. Let's go over here and look at their Japanese whiskeys. Sorry. So the only one that I've had is the Hibiki, which would be probably considered top shelf kind of stuff, but I'm not seeing it, so I'm not fond of, or knowledgeable rather, on any of these others. NMGP.
Damn. $300 for that Wild Turkey Voyage? Is that it again?
I don't know anything about this burning chair.
Wild Turkey Voyage?
On the secondary is that Wild Turkey Voyage. At $2.99, I'm not sure what the MSRP is on it, but given his other pricing, my assumption is that that's a very good price, and I probably shouldn't pass on it, but I'm going to.
Jeptha Creed.
Don't know anything about it. Tell me about it.
So this is a newer distillery out of Kentucky.
Okay.
It's female-owned, master chemist, master distiller, both women.
Okay.
They're both veterans, and they decided, let's make some whiskey. So they opened their distillery roughly 5-6 years ago, and this is the first batch that they've released.
Have you had it?
I have.
Okay.
I have a bottle of this on my bar.
Thoughts?
Delicious.
Notes?
Very,
What are you picking up?
like dank cellar with a little bit of like vanilla cask, cinnamon of course,
Okay.
a little bit of cherry.
Okay.
What's really cool.
And they're distilling their own juice and bottling it.
They are.
And they're in California?
No, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay, sorry.
And
So I know that Old Dominick had a female distiller for a while. There are a few. How much is that bottle?
$69.99.
I'm gonna try it on your
Okay.
just on your reference, because I've not heard of it, and I'm always interested in finding something at a decent price that drinks or outdrinks some of the heavy hitters,
Exactly.
right? So
What's really cool about it is they kind of go off the beaten path with their mash bill. They're using red, white, and blue corn with
Okay.
an extra corn that they add at the tail end of their distilling called Bloody Butcher corn, which I think is just the most metal name for a corn.
yeah, right. Okay, awesome. And is it rye or wheat based?
It's wheat.
Okay, we're gonna give it a try. Awesome,
Okay.
thank you. Joe's single barrel collection. I'm gonna have to ask him about this one, but we're about to try a few of these. So there's Privateer. I don't know anything about them. He's got a rum by them. Some Bullet, some Old Dominick and Blue Note, Knob Creek. I mean, obviously you're gonna keep seeing that Huling Station around here, and I was really fond of that one. MGP juice, 9-year. Hey, tell me about this one. You brought it out? Well, we're gonna try it. Okay. Get a little bit of this over here, and here's some of the other single barrel stuff that he's got. Some Old Forester, some Benchmark, some Four Roses. Obviously, do not sleep on Starlight, guys. It's great. If you go somewhere where you can try it, heavily suggest you try it. But also picking a bottle up if you're one to do that. So these are single barrels. Joe's Wine and Liquors on the Woodford Double Oaks. If it was a double oak, I would grab it. Gonna try this Old Kirk, and this Privateer is a rum that he said is a bourbon drinker's rum, and I'm gonna try it. So it's $68. I'm telling you guys, they've got some of the fairest prices that I've seen on their stuff. So
Refreshing.
yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's California. So the maker of this bottle, they typically do like wines. Right?
Okay.
So they aged their bourbon in Zinfandel, Cab, and Sauvignon barrels.
Okay.
So this is 65% Zin, 25% Cab, and 15% Grenache.
Okay.
And I will be right back while you.
All right. So it's sweet on the nose. It has a little ethanol to it, not much. I'm picking up honey, some oak. Oh my goodness, it's really smooth. It's light. Has a nice mouthfeel to be so light. Mild hug on the backside. And this is my first pour of the day. I mean, that is really smooth and really good.
It's all of 80 proof.
And so the brand name of it again?
The Burning Chair.
The Burning Chair.
Mm-hmm.
George, we want a bottle of that. The Burning Chair. I think you should try it.
Calculated
Chaos?
Yeah. it's a
Calculated
single barrel.
Chaos. You just sold that bottle. That's how you do it, man. I'm telling you. We went to Brandon, Mississippi, went to Spillway and was drinking with them. And, man, we must have tried, I'm exaggerating, 100 bottles, right? And bought 80% of them. Like, you just couldn't pass up on some of them, right? Did you try it?
No, I was just.
Oh, wait, do you put
I
it?
try to give it a minute.
It don't need it. It don't need it. It shocked me because it smells stout,
It does.
but it does not palate stout. Now it does have a little hug on the backside, but it doesn't palate hot at all. It's like crisp.
I see I have several pursuit items. Y'all don't have a couple of these.
We don't.
Okay, so this is the Privateer rum.
Hey, that's good.
This
It is good. I'm gonna grab a bottle of that.
Oh, this
And that's their picks right there.
This,
I mean, that's obviously rum. But it's got some body to it. It's got some oak on it.
This is y'all store pick?
yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's really oaky. It's got a real sweet finish on it. The Privateer rum does.
That's just because it's sugar based, you know.
It's yeah. I mean it's good. Like you called it a bourbon drinker's rum, and I can agree with that in the fact that it's got that oaky body to it on the front side, but then it's got that sweet finish. It's just kind of like hello,
Yeah.
man. Now tell me, so on Privateer, like I don't shop rums. Is that something I can find, or
That's a really good
like
question.
what? How well are they distributed? I guess.
How well is Privateer? Is it easy to find?
It's gotten more easy to find the last couple of years. When we first
Okay.
brought them in, it was a very small operation.
Got you.
It's been expanded.
Dude, I don't know if you drink rum at all, George, but that Privateer rum.
It's a bourbon drinker's rum.
It is. It's oaky on the front side, and it's sweet on the back side. Like, I really liked it. I wish you had that open. You don't, huh?
I don't have that open.
Shame on you.
got a bottle that opened at my house.
Well, where you live, let's go there. All right, so this is Woodford Double Oak,
Double oak
your
single
store
barrel.
pick.
Yes. I mean,
So
obviously,
I'm a huge Woodford Double Oak fan. Love it.
I mean, obviously, because it's a single barrel, it drinks a little bit hotter than typical
Okay.
double oak, but I think it has all the hallmarks plus a
Yep.
little bit of
Dark
extra
brown
depth
sugar, the
to go back
oats,
in.
like-
Yeah,
It's just good, man. I mean,
it's just good. You're right.
wow, good job, good job. That really that outdrinks the Shelfer any day.
All credit to her.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't find that it drinks that hot. It does come on the backside, and
Yeah.
it rolls on real smooth, and then it's spicy, like mid palate to finish. Man, that's really good. Y'all did a great job there. It's gonna be hard for me not to buy that bottle, but I do have to get the burning chair. Is that what you called it?
Yep. Calculated chaos.
Calculated chaos, burning chair. We're gonna have a lot of editing to do on this video, but
The only downfall to that bottle, in my opinion, is a glass cork. I don't like a glass cork, but
Right.
you know.
well, we'll make it go fast.
Exactly.
How about that? So, calculated chaos by the burning chair. So it's 88 proof, and it drinks 88 proof. It's smooth as butter. So the burning chair barrel select. So it's a store pick here. 44% alcohol, 65% Zinfandel, 25% Cabernet, and thank you for correcting me on that. So the cask is corn, rye, and barley. So,
California.
Oh, really? California?
and I really like that. So we're gonna take that one home for sure.
That's where it's aged. I'm not sure what juice they're actually using. I don't know if it's in
Our hall right here. So pronounce that for me again. Is that Jeptha?
Jeptha Creek, yeah.
Jeptha Creek. So I really want to try that one because it's so this is our hall, Jeptha Creek, and then the calculated chaos burning chair. I don't know about this one. He just talked really highly of it. Kentucky, female distiller chemist, and this is their first batch. All right, guys, so we're still in Memphis. We rode by yesterday coming from Joe's, saw Kimbrough's. We didn't stop. We're gonna go in, see what they've got, check them out. The one thing that we're looking for is gonna be a Woodford Master Collection. I've been looking for that. I haven't found it, so hopefully we have the opportunity to find that. So let's go in and see what they've got. All right, so we're in Kimbrough's. See, they got the Old Dominick. Yes, ma'am. How much is that one? Yep.
You paid $99 for that. Look.
For that Eagle Rare. So George got the Eagle Rare 175. What, $99?
Hey, can we peek in the back or not?
We're definitely looking for this Woodford. Picked it up. So we're at Kimbrough's in Memphis. All right, Heather. So right here, I'm looking for the Elijah Craig toasted barrel rye. So if I see the toasted barrel, that's the one I want to get. What's the proof on that Jack Daniels? 134. So we're looking for the Jack Daniels single barrel barrel proof, but I want the hazmat version, so the 140 proof or plus. So that was the Eagle Rare that George picked up. It's a good price on that. That Booker's 159. That's not bad. We've got a Booker, so I'm curious to know about the Widow Jane's. Like, I haven't had any of those, and I hear mixed reviews. So you guys let me know. Here's a Weller Single Reserve, $39. That's a fair price for one to keep on your bar.
Yesterday it was way bigger.
Well, yeah. So that was the thing, a 175 for the same price, right? And we're going back to Joe's in just a minute, so we'll see if they have that.
I cut it all off. It grows back. I feel like that's a hallucination.
All right, so here's our haul, right? So we came in looking for this bottle. We haven't seen it yet. We thought we'd see it out pretty easily, and that hadn't been the case. But luckily, we scored that. George put us on it, so we're thankful to have found that score. Mama found this wine yesterday that she loves, and she's already been through a bottle, and she's buying a couple backups. So it's very good for a $14, $15 wine. $12.99. So, score. All right, guys, so we wrapped up, and as you saw, we did find that master's collection, so we're very happy about that one. We're gonna go back to Joe's, check him out. We passed on the Weller 175 yesterday for 40 bucks. They had a Weller 750 in here, special reserve for 40 bucks. So if they got a few there, we're gonna go there and grab that. And we may look at a few of the other things they've got, but.
So we're here.
All right, so we came back to Joe's. We worked with Ross, sorry, and she turned us on to some good pours. So this Huling Station is a pick of theirs. There again, this is from Old Dominick. It's their mash bill sent up to MGP. You can see that this is cash strength at 109.17. Very good. We're able to score another Weller, the $45 175 there. So actually got two. Heather's already headed out with it. So that's it.
We don't really have like that 14-15 age statement one with the blue label just yet.
Yeah, the 15-year, huh?
But we have not seen allocation. brought
No
to the market
13
just
years.
yet. No 13
Okay.
years or anything like that.
And no single Rick House, huh?
Yeah, we just got the single Rick House, and we got the Woodford Kentucky Spirit. And then we also have some, Four Roses single barrel strength, Old Forester single barrel strength, Elijah Craig single barrel strength. So there's some
The Old
interesting-
Forester stuff?
Old Forester
Where's
stuff.
that at?
So that's just going to be right over there in that floor stack with the blue label.
Okay.
And then the Elijah Craig is just going to be on this one.
E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Rye. Did y'all ever get any of that in?
No, I mean, I haven't seen any get brought into this market just yet. But that
Okay.
one's just going to be like a doozy to get.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we've got that one.
I got 3 of them.
But yes, sir. Look, I'm going to be walking around. Is there anything else I can help
No,
you out
sir.
with?
I appreciate you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, we'll keep that room in the back, the high cotton room, and we're doing live shows.
Here's that rum that we passed on over there at Joe's. All right. Let's walk back over this way.
Seen this on anyway.
I told you, I'm after the barrels. I just don't know which ones. I need to hit
I don't know.
Craig.
That's why I was asking.
Let me
Looks like they got plenty of it.
let me hit Craig up and just ask him. Craig. So this is one that I'm thinking about. They've got it for $94.99. It's barrel. It's the private release, and it's one of their picks. So I definitely think we're going to grab that one regardless. Without even doing any research on it, I'm going to get that one because I've been after barrel stuff. I've had some really good barrel stuff. I just hear that they're hit or miss.
It's the same thing, which is okay. I like the stuff when they kind of make it a little different.
You get me in it, Sam?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. What do y'all know about Hill Rocks? I don't know. The bottle looks intriguing. I mean, it's double cask rye, so that's something I know I would like, or potentially would like. Here's their Bardstown stuff. So the Bardstown Foursquare, if they have, so this Foursquare is one to have for sure. There again, any of their stuff that says Origin, which I'm not seeing, is theirs, and then any of the stuff that otherwise is source juice that they blend together. And here's some store picks on the Angels Envy 89. There's some more Widow Jane. That's some 10-year. So there again, I just need somebody to tell me that's something I need to get. More of your benchmark stuff. Absolutely suggest any of those. Hey, how are you?
How are y'all?
Good, man. Okay, I'm coming. So we've got one of these at home. That's always a good one to go with. Well, here's another barrel, new year. It's a 2023 cash strength. It's like it's 115 proof. So we're gonna hang on to that one, and I'll do some research before I grab it. So on the Old Elk, Harry and them have a cigar Old Elk that I'm wanting to get. That was a pick of theirs. So we may pick that up next Saturday. So this chicken cock straight whiskey is really good. A friend of mine actually keeps his chilled in the refrigerator, and he brought it to our last bottle share. Probably the first time I'd ever had a bourbon that had been stuck in the freezer, but man, it was really good. Any of these Michter's, they're again always good go-tos. This sour mash, like we were talking about before, it's just a good warm-up, and I would suggest it to somebody that's just starting. Hemingway Rye, I can always suggest that, guys. If you're a rye drinker, this one is superb rye. Oh, okay, so here we go. So George was just telling us about this. This is more of the Jeptha Creed, and we don't have any of these. So I'm going to have to figure out which one I want to get. I can't get them all. That's exciting, though.
They're all rated differently. I haven't just like versed myself up on it yet, but you see like batch number 30, 33, 32, 28, and then all of these.
I think we'll probably grab the.
All of these are going to have their own age statements and alcohol.
I just don't know, guys. So I know this 4 grain was one of the first releases that they had as well. So maybe we'll try the 4 grain. I'm going to study on this a little bit.
They do really good single barrel.
So these Jacob Pardons, we picked up.
We aggressively purchased too.
We picked up an 18-year, 140. It's 143 proof, right at 143, 144. It does not drink it. It's MGP juice, and it's really good. These Green Rivers are something that I always like to go to. This Weeded is a really good one for old fashions and that kind of thing. It's a good mixer. Pretty cool thing about these is the horseshoe on the bottom of the bottle, and so it sits up off the table when you sit it flat. You sit one at either end of the table, and you can actually slide quarters and play a drinking game there. So I think that's pretty cool.
Hey, do you know if you guys have the Pursuit 90 double oak?
Yeah, I do. So Elijah Craig looking for their toasted rye. Here's that Burning Chair again that we picked up yesterday. Highly suggest that. It's just really good. It's affordable, $58.99. That's not a bad price. They've got some Pursuit here. I don't see the double oak that George was looking for. Let's look back over here at the this end cap. Oh, we got some. Oh, George, that's gonna be. What's that, Elijah Craig?
Yeah, it's gonna be right on that end cap once you get down to it.
What were you guys talking about on the barrel stuff there? Like
Oh, the barrel, my favorite one's the Vantage, but we got some good barrel picks from them. He just had a few questions about, like, you know, what's the story on it, what's it all about.
Yeah, and so I mean, I've had some of it, but I never can remember the ones that I've tried that were really good. So which is the one that you?
The Vantage one is my favorite. I mean, that one is going to have a fudge brownie, cherry, and a little tobacco, partially because it's going to be 3 bourbons blended all together. All of them were finished differently.
Okay.
And then, so that one, it just gets me every time. That one's amazing.
Man, really, really nice to see the Willets out. It's going to be hard not to grab one of those.
We got it for the first time last year. Like, you know, the
They're
Purple Tops
delicious,
just
man.
entered the Memphis market recently.
Okay.
And we are so proud to be able to carry this.
They're delicious. I love them.
We're on our 4th barrel.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and that's kind of like the last of the bit, but we wanted it out here just available for our customers. Can I
And we-
get you a basket?
We sit here and blow my entire budget in your one store, man.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to do.
Right.
Make you a little bit more comfortable. I'm gonna get you a shopping cart.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm coming. I wanna come back and revisit those.
Yeah, I've tried the Woodford Reserve.
Okay. You mind?
Reserve, Blanton's, Buffalo Trace. gosh, Blade and Bow.
You know the story on Blade and Bow?
No.
And I don't know how true it is, but what I understand is, so they bought the old Stitzel-Weller distillery, right, that they divested back when. I say they divested, they let it sit.
Oh, yeah?
They walked away from it when the crash happened, and they left a bunch of barrels. And so when they came in, there were barrels of juice left there, Weller juice, that supposedly a portion of that is in each Blade and Bow.
Really?
Supposedly, yeah. So obviously they're running low on that. That's what I'm hearing.
Sure,
But,
okay.
so anyway, so
Well, my question is, what would you suggest me give it a try?
so
Something
those.
new.
Okay. Man.
I've had Angels MD, and I really
So the
want to
typical
try,
Angels or the rye?
not the rye.
I love the rye, but
Do you?
I'm a rye guy. I'll be honest with you, she doesn't really like whiskey, and she can sip the rye every now and then.
Really?
Like, yeah, so she
Why
likes
is that?
it.
Okay.
And it just has a unique profile. And I'm finding different ryes that are different flavor profiles that I like a little better now, but that's
I've
just a
never
staple.
really tried a rye. And
So maybe-
I've been told either you like it or you don't.
So maybe don't buy a bottle until you can try it.
Yeah,
But so what do you like in most when you sip a whiskey? What are you pulling
Well,
flavor
I
wise?
like that oak.
You like
I really
oak?
like the oak. And I really want to try the H. Taylor. That's what I want, but they never have.
So for me, anything that is double barreled or double oaked is really good. So the Woodford Reserve double oak.
And I've had that. And I haven't had the double oak
That
with that.
I'm telling you, that's the next step for you in Woodford's
Okay.
line. But then for me, the next step above that is going to be a Peerless double oak. So it's a brown label Peerless bottle.
Okay.
Peerless.
And it's good.
Yeah, I did a review between the two of them, and it's just this next level.
Really?
But yeah. So and then so Rebecca's Creek double oak, I'm hearing is really good, and then Hirsch double oak
Okay.
is supposedly really good. There's a distillery in South Mississippi called Crittenden, and they have a double oak that you'll rarely ever see. I don't think they're distributed here, but that's a really good double oak. But for
Okay.
one that's on the shelf typically, and I think they might have even had a pick over here, is that Woodford Reserve double oak. If
Okay.
you like that
So
oakiness.
That or the Peerless?
Yes. Yes.
Which one do you think of the two?
So you're looking at different price points. You know, typically you're looking at 50, 60 bucks for the Woodford,
Okay.
and you'd probably be looking at 90 for the Peerless.
Do they have Peerless, I wonder?
I haven't seen it yet today,
Okay.
but it'll be a Peerless on a brown label and says
Okay.
double oak. Man,
I'll
it's
find
it's
out.
really good. So,
I might jump out there and take that.
all right, small batch.
I've had that.
Okay.
I mean, that's good too.
So this heirloom right here, and so there's that short barrel. So the story with them, if you'll go to their website and read it,
Yeah.
is the type of corn they use.
Okay.
And that will set them so far apart. But I'm telling you, that is a delicious whiskey. I was put on it yesterday.
Awesome.
And matter of fact, you can look me up if you don't like it. Okay. I'll buy it from you. But here's your Woodford double oaked. Now they have a double oak that I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
But there again, you know, as you go through and decide
Sure.
on this New Riff product, they're great. They're real crisp, light. They don't have a ton of mouthfeel. But this
Okay.
malted rye for me
Yeah.
doesn't even drink like a rye.
Really?
Man, it's really
good?
good. Yeah, it is. Don't ever sleep on Redwood Empire. This
Okay.
Pipe Dream is one of their entry levels.
Okay.
It's a very
Good
solid.
stuff?
Yes, it's solid. Yeah, I could talk whiskey with you all day, man. But those are some great options, I think. And
Okay. Well,
I would-
I got to decide if it's going to be this or that.
that's what I'm talking about, my man.
What about Hottie Toddy? I'm from Mississippi now.
So,
Look, man, we love our hottie toddy. I love them,
so
Sonny.
you have any?
Working now.
You have any Jeptha Creed open?
I don't know today. I need to check.
Do you have any Woodford open, double oak?
I don't know.
Okay,
Listen,
those
you know,
are the two
it's
I
like
suggested
I own the
for.
lumberyard, right? So let me get you Britton.
Okay,
He is great, and we got a big day here, so we got a celebration going on.
okay,
We have a butcher shop next door,
okay.
and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. So we've
Awesome.
got brats and beer. We've got steak bits and cheese over here with the wine. Mr. Keegan, how you doing, Kristen? We got things being cooked out front, and we got stations over there at the butcher shop, which is right next door. You got to go out and down
Okay.
into the building here.
Awesome. Great.
And so typically we would, and we don't mind popping things from time to time, but that's kind of what we got going on right now.
Okay, well, I would love for him to be able to try something. For me suggesting and not knowing him, I'd hate him to get home and not like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay,
I'll take my
great. We'll be here for a little while. So High West, the only one I have yet is the Rendezvous. I've heard good and mixed reviews on High West stuff, but gonna try that Rendezvous, see how I like it, and then hopefully can taste some others. So they're definitely well known. This Old St. Nick. I see this a lot on social media, TikTok and whatnot. Haven't tried it yet. You guys just let me know. I mean, $173 a bottle, $200 a bottle. Without me having tried it, I can't do that. This Buzzard's Roost, you guys know that I like their cigar rye, which you're not going to see on shelves much, but I'm anxious to try one of these. So if you guys have tried their other variations, let me know. And we'll pick one of those up. Kentucky Owl. So I've had the St. Patty's. It's pretty decent. It's a lower proof, 100 proof. But these Kentucky Owls are the ones that I'm wanting to try. And I've had pours at Evergreen, I do believe, but I don't remember well enough if I felt like it was worth $300. And there's your old granddad products on the bottom. And to me, that one should be on this shelf at a higher price point. That is phenomenal juice. Old Granddad 114. I encourage you guys to give that one a shot.
A little bit of a peach cobbler vibe to it, but I really like the nose.
I get that.
It is incredible. You get a little bit of the pie crust, get a little clove in there.
It's
really
definitely
impressive.
sweet, but it's not like overly sweet. It's like body like.
Oh, it's not overly sweet at all. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it's light on color. That's really good.
yeah, it's a slam dunk.
And that one's on the end cap over there, right? Or is that this is this one
That's it. That's the one. That's the faster move.
right here?
And we only got 3 cases of it left.
For the right reason. So this will be the one that I'm going to end up getting.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get these.
Oh, and you guys got to check out Old Dominick's too when you get a chance.
So I just found out about them. Man, that is so good.
It's awesome.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
yeah.
that's good.
And you get a little peach cobbler. That's like the main thing that I advertise to people. When
So
they try it out.
we went to a liquor store in Brandon, Mississippi called the Spillway. They had a distiller pick of Old Dominick.
Yeah.
And they were like, here, try this. Fell in love with it. It was their bottle. It had just been opened.
Yeah.
They didn't have a bottle. So he's like, I'll give it to you. So he gave it to me to take home. Well, me and my friends have gone halfway through it, and I'm like, we've got to go to Old Dominick. So we did, and they actually did a sit down with me, talk through the history of and we got to do the little tour and everything, taste some things. So
Nice.
their cash strength and their single barrel right now are my favorite products. But
The single barrels where they really shine.
It's so
Alex
good.
Castle does an amazing job with it.
yeah, now the Huling Station stuff, the MGP juice, like that's really good. And that story behind them shipping their product up to MGP to get that made, like. That
Yeah.
it blows me away. But we tried the 9-year MGP Huling Station, the red label, and it was really good. So,
Yeah, especially if you like cinnamon. I mean, it's got some nice sweet heat to it.
dude, that is really. Thank you for making me try that. I like that better than the other one.
I mean, this happened about like 3 years back, and this guy came in with a briefcase, and I forgot his name, but he said he used to be a chef over there in California.
Okay.
So he had an excellent palate, and he had a whole assortment of samples for us to try. And I swear this guy brought in 12 samples of bourbons and ryes sourced throughout the country. He
Okay.
goes to these abandoned warehouses, other distilleries, gets phone calls from people saying, yo, I just found a barrel over here at a foreclosure sale. And then he purchases them, he samples them. If he feels like it's fit to have the rare character name under it, he will distribute them out to different markets. And we were a participating market for that day.
Okay.
And, you know, we weren't really in the position to be buying like that many barrels, but we were so impressed with it, we bought 6 barrels.
Oh wow.
We bought 6 barrels from like the 12 that he had.
So I had a taste of it earlier, and I mean it's really good.
It's
it's
amazing.
a 124 proof, so and it drinks its proof, I think, but it's very good. Like it has a ton of flavor, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, thank you for that. I mean, like, we were really proud of these barrels. You know,
Yeah.
some of these guys were heavily poached, too. I mean, like, we had this one Kentucky distillate rye that we sold over here maybe, like, a year back. Maybe about 2 years now at this point. But we had to, like, limit the sale on them because they were being purchased by the case.
Gotcha. So each wax is a different recipe, right? And do you have the other ones open? I think George said you said this one was most popular, and obviously it is at $79.99.
Yes, sir. I mean, look, we have all of our single barrels open for tasting. Everyone except for the allocated ones.
Which other rare character would you have me taste if I were to taste a different one than this?
I really like this top one. I mean, like this blue top, I really enjoy. That one seems to be like the next out the door. It's at a higher price point, but it's got a little bit more age to it. It's a little bit more flavor. That one is my personal favorite, but this is the fan favorite right here, and it's so fitting too because if you want to try out the other barrel pick, the C4
I do.
5A.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the only barrel you have available to taste?
No. We also have
You
like
have
a
the black
10-year-old.
label?
We do. No, we don't have the black label. We have a 10-year-old right now, and we had just our store picks. So
I think there's one on
that.
that end cap that's a black label.
Oh, the black box.
No, I'm gonna go grab it. Let me.
Okay.
All right, guys. So this is our haul. We got a store pick of their barrel bourbon. Picked up 2 of these Hulings. Buddy of mine wanted one of them. This is another Jeptha Creed. This is their 4-grain. And then this rare character we got to try earlier, and you guys will hear. You heard the story on that one. So we tried it. It's good. That's what we're picking up. So all right, guys. Still in Memphis. We're at Gaslight. Had a great haul at the last store. Let's go in here and see what they've got going on. We've heard good things. All right, so we're in Gaslight. Always come to the case first to see if they've got anything allocated that we want. George has already previewed, so I know that there's nothing really here that I want. This is all Scotch and that kind of thing, which I'm not chasing yet. So seeing more of the same of what we've been seeing, right? But they've got a lot more of the Starlights, and this is the Starlight that we got, which was finished in the VDN barrel. So we got that pick from Josh and them over at Spillway, and I really like it. We tasted it there, and so we picked that one up. So I can speak highly on that one. The other Starlight we tried at the last stop, I just wasn't crazy about. We'll finish up this aisle and we'll come back down this one. So really not a whole lot of anything here that I'm chasing. Dickel, Jim Beam, your normals that, some Maker's Marks. But then if we look back at this side, back at this side, then we, got the Huling Station again. Just try that guy. It's very good. This Old Scout, so Jeff has that, and we'll be trying that soon. So Jeff says he really likes that, and they basically got this top to bottom. We probably can't film this whole shelf, but it's just lined up. What you see here is straight down the same thing. These are some different Huling Stations that I haven't seen nor tried, so I don't know anything about them. And we got some more of that burning chair. So this is pretty hot here, guys. Like, I didn't know anything about it till we got here, but that's a very good pour. So if you guys run across it, I'd encourage you to give it a try. I'm gonna ask you guys on this copper and cask because I don't know anything about it. $50 bottle. Obviously, I get intrigued by labels. So this looks like it's another Gaslight single barrel. So it's one of their picks. So limited edition release, 5 years, 120 proof. It's out of Indiana, so we know what that means, right? 70% corn, 21% rye. It's right up my alley. So if it's MGP juice at 5 years, it's probably pretty good. I feel confident when I see Indiana on there, especially some time on it. 5 years, maybe not quite what we want, but they've got some more Starlights here, some Rebel. I don't know much about the Rebel stuff either. So looking over here, more of the same. So they're really hot, right, on Old Dominick products. There's more Huling Station, Old Dominick, no doubt. And then they're on every shelf, it seems like. Back across, there's more of the Bardstown. Again, none of these are origin, right? So they're not distilled by Bardstown. They're sourced and combined. But I'm telling you, this Foursquare is really good. They're pricey though, so it depends. It's more of a special pour, not something you're going to drink daily. We're still looking for the Elijah Craig toasted rye. I haven't seen that yet. Here's more of the Jeptha Creed. Now, the first distillery tour Heather and I ever did was this Leper's Fort. We did that earlier this year, I guess around February. It was the very first tour of a distillery we had done. So this is a wheat-based whiskey, and their whiskey was pretty good. I didn't buy any because it wasn't from my palate, but it's not to say it wouldn't be for yours. again, you know, the balcons, I've not had this particular one, but I had the red label balcons, and just for me, it was what I would say the worst that I had ever tried. So I wouldn't personally buy that.
Sir, I believe we were out of Taylor Ford.
And I'm sure I'm passing over a bunch of stuff, guys.
What do you know about this chicken cock up here in the box?
So this particular chicken cock, if I'm not mistaken, I heard Bruce when I'm talking about it. I think it was this one, and they said it tastes like bubble gum. So if that's the one, it's not something I want to try. But the regular chicken cock is really good, and I have the double oak that I haven't popped yet, but I'm excited to try it. Whistle Pig, the variation on that is pretty broad, and I know the older ones are sought after. So Heather just pointed that out to you guys. That's an Origin, right? So that's something, that's a rye distilled by Bardstown, and I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know if I'm going to grab it. It's the first time I've seen it. I'm going to think on that because we tried a rye, remember, when we were there, and it was really good, guys. I liked it. If you saw that that thieving video that we did. Angel's Envy Rye for $79. You're not going to beat that, guys. Typically, you're going to see this for around $100, and that is, you know, my staple. You've heard me say it multiple times. This Basil Hayden Dark Rye, I'm going to keep telling you, it's good. Like, it's a very smooth drink. The Green River Rye, this is one that I definitely got to have for my collection. I haven't gotten this one at $33. It's hard to pass up. My buddy Jeff's going to be pretty mad that they didn't have more than one. I'm going to have to ask them if they have another for Jeff. I don't know about this Bower Hill. I'm a sucker for bottles and labeling. Feels to me. The Oak and Eden stuff, I'm just not really sold on, right? So they put these wood staves in their bottles. Can you see that wood stave in there? It's so dark. But there's, you can see it, right? It looks like a piece of cinnamon or something in there. But they put those wood staves in there to continue aging the whiskey or flavoring it in the bottle. So then you've got some of your Jack Daniels and Jim Beam ryes there. And that is just about it for it. I see some Woodford Reserve here, some of the larger bottles, which I think is pretty cool to see the 175s in Woodford. But and then, like we were saying, and that's not a bad price for Woodford. I had some of that at the bar the other day with a cube of ice. I just sipping it, liked it. Benchmark, solid product for the money. The Privateer International Rum is what we tried at Joe's, right? And I really like it. It's oaky, but yet it's sweet like a rum would be. I had an opportunity to try Heaven's Door earlier this morning, but I didn't. There again, I'm a sucker for the packaging, the logo, and the labels, but that's it. I haven't tried it, so I need to do. All right, guys, so Gaslight, you saw what they had. Pretty decent store, pretty decent selection. We've just seen a lot of that over and over. Ended up with the Green River Rye, which I'm pretty excited about. I just hate I wasn't able to get Jeff a bottle, but we'll be looking for him one. So we're at yet another Buster's location on Popular. We're on our way to Germantown. Love the other one so much that we're gonna have to stop in and see what they've got. So let's go ahead and check them out. All right, so we're at Buster's East. The last Buster's was phenomenal. So we wanted to come in and check this one out and just see what they've got. So let's check them out. So they've got a nice selection of Bullet. Guys, I haven't had a Bullet that I just love, but that's just me. So, you know, if there's a Bullet here that I'm missing that I need to try, then you guys please let me know that. Here's that Masters collection we've been looking for. We picked that up at the first stop this morning, so I'm gonna pass on it here obviously, but the Woodford double oak, if I happen to see that, that's one that I really want to get and try. This Blacken, this has a pretty unique story behind it, right? So supposedly it's got ties back to Metallica, if I'm not mistaken, and it's aged in a rick house that has Metallica music playing, and the vibrations from the music helps with the aging, so they say. But it has a unique flavor profile. I'm not a huge fan of the flavor profile, but I like the story because I grew up liking Metallica. Wild Turkey 101, staple for any bar. These Chattanoogas, I've got to pick up more. So I have this one, the straight bourbon, and I really love it. A good friend of mine got that for me for my birthday this year. I'd be interested in trying that cask strength. We've just really damaged the financial budget today, so it's not one I've got to have today. Russell's Reserve 10-year is a good one to keep on your bar, $42.99. Russell's is phenomenal juice. I haven't had the single barrel. I can only imagine it's just that better. So there again, the Russell's 13s, 15s, the ones that are harder to find are really good. George, what were you saying, baby?
That 13 column.
They just don't have the double oak one that I want. So right here is two brands that I'm looking for, right? So this is the Hirsch, but I'm looking for the Hirsch double oak. So it's a yellow label, yellow and black label. So we're keeping an eye out for that one. That particular variation is $44. And then 13th Colony has a double oak with a brown label on it that I'm looking for. So we're keeping our eyes out for those. There's that Jacob's Pardon again. So this is just an 8-year. There again, it's MGP juice, and I'm a real big fan of it. Wouldn't have known about it if George hadn't have told me about it. New Riff stuff, I'll keep telling you about that. Like, it's crisp, it's good juice. This malted rye is probably my favorite so far, but I liked all of them that I've tried. We just picked up the barrel, and like the store pick that we got, but what I've found with Barrell is that there's just a broad range on what's good and what's not for my palate. So there's Bardstown again, like we said earlier, the Origin series, this black label. Starting to see this rye out more, so I will be picking that one up. But I'm really excited right now that earlier we ran across the Green River Rye, right? And I wasn't able to get Jeff one. So we come here and I see it. It's $31.99. And so, you know, there you go, Jeff. We're going to get you that bottle, man, because I was thinking about you. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. It was in the 30s, 35, 36. So we have the full proof at home. We've got the bourbon. Love the wheated. Anxious to try their rye. But Green River is just a solid product. I hear talk on Clyde Mays. I've not tried it. $38 for a bottle. But that's one that I need you guys to let me know about. We are. Thank you. More of your Jack Daniel's single barrel proof stuff. That or the single barrel select, great. A little bit higher end, $70, $50. Those are solid. So we've got some of the Frey Ranch at home, and I've only tried their straight whiskey. I haven't had the rye. I haven't had any of their uncut. I have those bottles we need to try. So Frey Ranch is in Nevada, and they farm their own stuff and distill it and bottle it there. So a pretty decent story there. Rowan's Creek, that was pretty cool. So it's by Willett, right, in Bardstown. My younger daughter's name's Rowan, so I picked it up for her. Unfortunately, I'm hearing reviews that say it may not be great. Noah's Mill, that's a solid drink, man. It is $60. So we're still looking for the Elijah Craig toasted rye. Would like to have one of those. Yet again, Baby Jane, any of the Widow Janes, I don't know about them. You guys are going to have to tell me. Redwood Empire, I don't have this particular bottle, but I'm here to tell you there's not been a Redwood Empire that I've tried that I didn't think was delicious. Man, they just have a huge selection here. I mean, here's your A124, first release of 24. So that's how Larceny and Elijah Craig, Heaven Hill, that's how they do these. So batch A is the first release of the year. B is the last or second release of the year. They'll do an A, B, and C. And the 124 tells you that was released in January of 24. And I believe the B is like 524. It was done in May of 24. Old Charter, this is a Buffalo Trace product. That's an easy drinker. I pick up banana in it. But that's something that I would let someone that says, man, I've never tried bourbon or whiskey and I want to try it. That's one I'd tell them they should try. And it's very affordable. It's $18 a bottle. So we keep talking about the Hemingway rye. Like, to me, it can't really be beat. Like it's up there with the best of the ryes that I've had. Old Elk product. Hopefully, we're going to check that out next Saturday when we go over to Rome and see Harry. I know that he had some picks that I wanted to try. Old Dominick, yet again. I mean, just tons of this stuff, and feel like it's worth the money. So the Smooth Ambler Contradiction, had that at a bottle share last weekend, where I accidentally had too many pours. But this is a, sub 100 proof, 46% alcohol, smooth drinker that I would say that would be worth trying. Jeptha Creed, you guys are going to continue to hear me talk about them. I just learned about them yesterday, and I tried the heirloom mash. Guys, it's delicious. $71 a bottle for this one, but they've got a range of price points. So $45 for the 4 grain, which we just picked up. You got a weeded for $55, and you've got their bottle and bond for $45. And it's mother-daughter, family-operated organization in Kentucky, and just really solid. Whistle Pig, we talked about that in the last video. I'm just not super familiar with them. I know some of their higher end stuff is sought after, but I guess I need to try it and I need to be sold on it. Yellowstone, I keep hearing a good bit on Yellowstone, but there again, I've not had much of it. And there's what you guys know is my least favorite whiskey ever, the brand Balcones, unfortunately for me. But now, I haven't tried the single malt, I haven't tried the rye. It may be phenomenal. So all this is subjective to my palate and my liking. So more Wild Turkey over there, more Elijah Craig here. This Michter's straight rye, great. The sour mash is going to be an easy starter for anybody. The Elijah Craig small batch, like I would almost say that this shelf is a starter shelf. I don't know about the rye, but everything else, somebody starting in whiskey, just about anything on this shelf, they could try. Even the rye, in my opinion, of the Michter's. I don't know about the Elijah Craig rye yet. 1792, you guys, if you know me, I collect this heavily, have just about every one of them. And really like them. Like that's just a really solid pour, and they're somewhat affordable. You 50, $60. You get down to the small batch though. I mean, you're talking about $28, and guys, that's a really good pour. That's something I would pour daily. All right, so we just wrapped up at the second Buster's, and the budget's pretty much hit, right? So we got a lot of hunting left to do. We'll see what happens, but it's going to have to be something pretty special for us. That Hirsch Double Oak is 13th Colony Double Oak, Woodford Double Oak, something like that for me to probably pull the trigger. But we did get Jeff a Green River Rye, so I was pretty happy about that. But we're on to the next stop. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right, guys, we're at Great Wines. Still in Memphis, stop whatever of the day. Don't know anything about this one, random stop, so let's see. All right, so Great Wines. Guys, the first thing that I spotted when I walked in was the single barrel for $99. I mean, that's $50 cheaper than the last spot. I don't know that we might not grab one of those, so. There's more of the same stuff. What do you guys think about, what do y'all think about Penelope stuff, right? So my understanding is Penelope is primarily MGP owned. I don't know if the Rio part of it is, but what do you guys think about it? More Redwood Empire, that's their rye version. I love Redwood Empire. Nelson Bros. So I've heard of these guys. I don't know much about them. I know that they're finished in different casks. What do you guys think about that? Prices on some things. Middle West Spirits, $49. Don't know a thing about that one, but would love to learn something about them. Like I'm telling you, I'm a sucker if it pulls me in. I know some of the higher end Calmette stuff is sought after and good, but there again, I don't know much else about them. We had this peg leg porker at a bottle share recently. Probably would pair good with barbecue. It was a different variation. This is a rye. We had their whiskey, or their straight whiskey, not the rye version. All right, so we just tried this, guys. So this is a straight bourbon whiskey, right? It's MGP juice. It's finished in Scotch barrels. It's very smoky, very unique. $49. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you like smoky, like, think barbecue, right? Think oaky smoke, like, man, it just sits on the palate. I probably had it 3 or 4 minutes ago, and it's still hanging out. So they have a few that come in these little bags. So I'm gonna grab one of these, but I'm gonna have to learn a little bit about Filibuster Distillery. Apparently they're sourcing from MGP, which I'm fond of. But what is that, 114 proof? So I can highly recommend that one, guys. All right, so here's another store pick that they had, barrel pick. We've got several of these, but they're all single barrel, right? And the store picks are just unique because there won't be another like it. But for $49, guys, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select barrel pick, and there's the barrel that it came in. Like, I can't pass up on it. It's another one we're gonna have to get.
You're gonna mess up the palate here. Okay.
He said dessert, so
Yeah.
it must be good.
There you go.
Thank you, brother.
Mind if I check that bottle out?
Yeah.
It does smell like.
All right, guys, so George Dickel, 15-year store pick here. I'm not going to say I'm crazy about Dickel, right? So we're going to give it a shot and see. He's got us a little pour here.
So if they don't get the whole bottle, they just stick a cork in there, I guess? Yeah, you can give
It's got some funk on it. Like sweet with a funk. No. It's smooth. It's very unique. It's funky. That's it's gonna be a no for me. Not a sink pour.
Guys, over here, there's one that he does not like.
Along with balcons, right? The red label balcons, you guys know I don't like that one. So there's very few I don't like. You know about those?
I've only had one, and it wasn't a good one.
You kind of know their story, like they
Yeah.
put the wood stave in there to continue aging it in the barrel.
That has
So-
a negative side too.
Yeah,
Keeps aging.
yeah, right. So oak and Eden, right?
The one
So
I had wasn't, but it was.
look how oily, look how dark. Like, I mean, look at the darkness. Can you get that on camera? I need to come in closer.
The mixture.
I mean, that is so dark. So oak and Eden, they put the staves in there. You can pick the whiskey. You can pick the stave type that you put in there. You can go on their website and just pick it and choose it and build your own bottle. So this is their select. That just looks like motor oil, right?
Keeps dissolving inside. That's the result.
Dude, that's delicious though.
He said
I'm a-
it didn't taste like that.
It was much better a year ago.
Much better.
Much better because this is it's LBV port infused.
Okay.
That it was so much smoother and it didn't have that Christmas tree influence inside.
Yeah.
You know.
I haven't had one that I liked yet. Now I don't like the finish on that,
Yeah.
which is like you're saying.
That's because of that. Little piece.
That first touch on the palate was good, but that finish is
Fish that piece of wood out when you get it to where you like it.
I would think, maybe, how can you do that? Yes.
not bad.
Rebottle it maybe, right?
That's not bad at all.
Start that over.
I'd be scared how long it might
doesn't
sit on my
drink
shelf.
114.
No, it's smooth as butter.
Does not drink 114.
It's smooth as butter. It's not like real oily or anything, but man, it's dark like motor oil and
Nothing like the one I had.
that wait till that finish hits. It's a little undesirable on the finish, but the palate's good. I'm not gonna do it because I'm afraid how long it might sit on my shelf with the wood stave in it. Maybe if I thought about going home and putting in another decanter or something, maybe. No, yeah, I'm not doing it. But it's not bad. I can't believe how dark it is. So this is our haul from Great Wines. So there again, these barrel picks on Jack Daniel's, you can't pass them up. You got to try it in the store. It was good. Why not? This Filibuster bourbon finished in a Scotch cask, very smoky, very unique. I thought it was really good, just different. But I mean, $50 a bottle. I can't pass them up, guys. So y'all come check them out at Great Wines. All right, Memphis, Tennessee. Corks Beer and Wine Spirits. Just another random one we picked off as we're headed over here to Georgetown. Small batch. What's that?
I gotta buy that with that. Is that how they doing it?
Yeah, but I mean, at those prices, I think I probably would grab that, bro. I mean, obviously you need those little 375 Blantons.
I don't.
I know you don't. There's the Woodford Masters collection that we got earlier. I don't know about this exceptional series, guys. Y'all let me know about that. Elijah Craig barrel proof, $100. Then there's the Larceny A124. Got Elijah Craig single barrel, private barrel, so those are store picks. Ezra Brooks is one that I like. I've had a couple different ones of them, and they're good. I have not had the Rebel Cash Strength yet. $54. One for you guys to let me know about. Jefferson's Ocean's aged. We got some Russell's 10-year there, Sazerac. Nelson Bros. We got some Peerless stuff there. George is looking for a Peerless Double Oak. Are you, George? Mr. Church.
Hello, Mr. George.
There's the Leaper's Fort.
How much
There's
you pay
some cash
for the new guy?
Redwood Empire.
$20? No, too much money.
Roses, obviously not the barrel strength. More Woodford. There's more Jacob Pardon. What about the Castle and Key, guys? What do you know about that? $49. Castle and Key. Small batch. Straight. It's going to be a 102 proof. A little Woodford Double Oak. There's a store pick Double Oak. What are y'all's thoughts on the Wilderness Trail? That's one I keep seeing. I haven't had. Heard mixed reviews about it. Some more of your Green River stuff. So the Lucky 7 is MGP, you're saying, George? And it's a double oak. Not seeing an age statement on that.
There's several, ran several old, like 12 years up. That's just one of them.
Gotcha. I'd have to see the age statement on it. MGP, I'm wanting some age. So it's finished in toasted New American oak barrels, batch 10, 115 proof. What are your thoughts on Lux Row? 4 grain. It's a double single barrel, $84. Smoke Wagon. So that Smoke Wagon rye I've had, and I really liked it. That's $70, $80 bottles. Obviously, this uncut is $90. I hear about Templeton. They got some Templeton ryes there that I'm a rye guy, but don't know much about them. Rittenhouse, looking to learn something about that. Some more of the ones that we got yesterday. That's gonna wrap it.
What a great hunt, guys. We've found so much good whiskey. Rare character, never knew about it, really like it. Finally found a barrel that we like. Jack Daniel's single barrel, we're always going to grab those. And we found the Masters Collection Woodford Reserve. Not one, but 2 different variations. Old Dominick single barrel, that one will always be on my bar. What in the heck is Burning Chair? Never heard of it, loved it. Green River Rye was delicious. Learned that we like the Old Dominick cash drink. Russell's Reserve 10-year needs to be on every bar, in my opinion. And Jeptha Creed, what the heck? Like, never even knew that existed. Very good juice, out of Kentucky. Benchmark top 4, solid juice. I'm always going to keep Benchmark. Wild Turkey, Camp Nelson F. Forget about it. We're not passing that up. Filibuster and Scotch barrels, delicious. Elijah Craig small batch, you got to have that one, right? And we also picked up the barrel proof. And the Huling Station was something that blew me away. MGP juice from Old Dominick, where they send their grains, their water, and their ingredients up to MGP, and they create the whiskey and send it back to them. And we found the Old Weller. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Until next time, let the whiskey and friendships flow. Cheers.